Talk about a slider today. So slider, there's a couple different ways to throw it. The main part is what we want to do with a slider is again, we don't want to actually really break our wrist. I'm gonna say that first and foremost, so everybody make sure they remember it. On a slider, we are not gonna do this action because I don't need to create slide. Slide is actually finger pressure, finger placement on the ball in a spot that's comfortable enough. And then I'm gonna finish that ball again with that wrist flick that we've talked a little bit about. We're talked in other videos where that ball goes from like essentially my wrist will be up to here. So like 2 o'clock, not 3 o'clock, roughly 2 o'clock, 1:30, down to like 8, like this way, or like 7:30. And it's just that flick. So I'm not breaking my wrist to do it. It's just a wrist flick like this. And that creates that spin off the fingers that we want to have. The point of a slider is that it catches two planes. So a slider now offsets that and creates two planes that a hitter has to hit off, which makes it a really good pitch. And guys that have a really good slider are sometimes very, very hard to hit because it looks like a fastball out of the hand. The only thing that changes is just the grip that we have when we throw that pitch. So when I go to throw a slider, my grip was here across this part of the horseshoe. Now, when I'm doing another type of slider that guys have thrown is they go right here off the two seam part here, because I know that usually also cutters can come off that. So you can kind of get either cut or slider, which we'll talk about cutters later, but we can get there. But again, when I'm there, I'm on top of the baseball. So if you look at the baseball like this, I view this as on top. Now, if I rotate this back, and I turn it, I'm still on top of the baseball when I go to release my slider. That makes sense to everybody. So, because when I get on top of it, now I create the action that should do that, which is two planes. Big part, like a curveball, all of our pressure, or the vast majority of pressure, is going to be this middle finger. So for mine, again, holding the ball so everybody can see, put my middle finger right there, roll it kind of into that seam with pressure, put my index right there. And then all I did was just move my thumb now to that side of the ball. And again, I've talked about cutting the ball in half. There we go. Ball's cut in half. And then when I finish it, wham, just like this. Now it allows the spin of the ball to come off that way when I snap my fingers, which creates that spin here that does this. One way that you know you're throwing a really good slider, kind of telltale sign, especially as a hitter, this is a big one, is you'll see a little dot that just goes like this on the ball. When you see that little dot, that means you know you're getting the right rotation that will create this action off of it. Okay. So when a kid's starting to learn a slider, I would say look for that. And then also, like I said again, make sure they are not doing this. This does not actually help me because now when I do this, look where the ball goes. The ball actually would come out theoretically this way, like that, off of my hand, which now comes, I'm below the ball rather than being on top of the ball. Okay. To create the spin I want, which gets two planes. If I'm below the ball, it'll hang up. Might get a little extra slide across it, but it's going to hang up there more than I really want it to be. I'm done with the video, so I'm going to slide on out of here.